Last time on Ron Sailing, we shared our engine overhaul in a 3-part series. For a couple of weeks, the boat was upside down, and the galley was transformed to a machine shop.
We're spending the winter in Seattle, getting boat projects and necessary maintenance done on Ron.
Between all the boat work, we took a few hours off every week to go out and walk and see the city. Walking on the beaches in West Seattle is a favorite, and looking out over Puget Sound and the Olympic Mountains on the other side. The weather was really mild, and we got a lot of sunshine.
It gets cold during the nights, but inside Ron we stay warm thanks to a small electrical heater. Even if Ron's electrical system is 220 volts, we managed to get use of the 110 volt shore power by leading it through a 110 volt battery charger.
When the engine work was done, I started painting the pantry. It felt good to finally get it done. It's been one of those projects that's been really far down on the priority list. It's raining a lot outside, but in our bed as well. Come and look. I'm so sick of this. And now there's a new leak. Look at this!
Yeah.
So this is new. So we've had this leak for many months. So when it's raining a lot, we always put a bucket here. It's just next to Johan's head. Look how much water in just a couple of hours. And beside it as well, you see?
Yeah, but now it's more than usual.
Oh, yep. And the most difficult part is that we don't know where it comes from. We know where it comes out, but obviously this is now where it's coming right through. It's probably leaking somewhere else further back, and then it's dripping, running all the way here, and this is where it comes out. I think we have to sleep in the sofa tonight.
Yeah. Seattle has its own boat show, twice a year, so while we're here we had to check it out. There's the floating show on South Lake Union, and then the rest is in a convention center downtown. This was the first boat show we visit outside of Sweden, and our friend Kenneth, who's been here many times, showed us around.
Beautiful bag, man. Oh, God. Dial this up, right?
It's pretty cool. It's a boat built in Sweden. One of our West Coast boats, so it's a really high quality yacht. Male, it's called. But I guess this is a second hand. It's from 2010. And they're asking $392,000. There were mostly motor yachts on display, but we found a couple of sailboats like this Slovenian Elan.
I like the transom folding down for swim decks. Someone asked me to
But the seats are pretty nice. Cool. And if you have long legs, you can manage to steer with your feet. Not me.
No, him, yes.
Yeah. Wow,
You like it, Malin?
this is nice. It would be nice to sit here on a...
Yeah, especially in the Caribbean.
Yeah. So this is a nice thing. That is, it's a harder, well, I guess we'll say it's a softer kind of plexiglass, but harder than the plastic we have on our Dodger, or we call it spray hood. So I think it's much more resistant and lasts longer. Doesn't get like these patches on them, and of course easier to clean and better view. So it's pretty cool. Very impressive with all this light. So many windows. Here in the roof. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like 13 windows just in here. Makes it feel very spacious, even though the size isn't that big. 2 heads. This is only with the toilet, and the one further back has a real shower.
That must be like a special...
Pretty tiny stove.
Yeah.
Guess you would have your head here, you would have your feet in the back. Like do the opposite. It's pretty low there in the foot end.
Been out there for 3 years in space and all that.
I'm not so used. I can't believe
You
we're
could
on
make,
a boat. You can make a lot of things.
Well, at that range, you could easily cross to Hawaii in this.
Yeah,
this looks like the perfect setup for you guys.
We had a look inside of this steel motor yacht that was actually right next to us when we were in Victoria on Vancouver Island.
Master stateroom up high.
Yeah. This is nice stuff.
Isn't it incredible shape?
Yeah.
Looks brand new.
Wow.
This space is just crazy. Look at this. It's only 55 feet long, but it felt much, much bigger. It even had a helicopter on the roof.
At the convention center, we found a lot of nice things to add to our wish list. And even though we didn't buy anything, it was fun to walk around and do some window shopping. Rich from Cruise R.O. Watermakers were there. He's the guy who we bought our water maker from.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Well, the nice thing is it's either more water to use or it's less generator runtime.
Yeah. Oh, thanks a lot. Oh, cool.
Yeah, try it out. See what happens.
Yeah, definitely.
Here, she's taking pictures.
No,
Video?
Video.
Video? Okay. So this is the tack right, and it's a great Valentine's gift. Comes in a jewelry box. And I'm giving it to my Valentine.
Thank you.
Lighting and neon stuff. That's basically
Drinking and driving.
drinking and driving. This is the Redneck Riviera.
The main floor was really packed with all kinds of boats.
bridge here. So as soon as they touch here,
This was revolutionary.
There hadn't been any snow in Seattle yet, but only an hour east of the Cascade Mountains, where there was plenty of snow. Together with Kenneth's family, we drove to Leavenworth, a Bavarian-style town in Washington state. So we're 2 hours northeast from Seattle, in a place called Leavenworth, up in the mountains, after Stevens Pass. It's really beautiful up here, but right now the fog rolled in again, so you can't see the mountains up here, but it's a really nice area. There's like a Bavarian touch to the village up here, with the houses and everything. It's really nice. It's a bit cold, it's around freezing.
Hi! Come here.
Look at it there.
We're in the snow. It's this hard, a bit icy snow. So no Karlsson, as we call it in Sweden, like the squeezy snow, you know, and it's really easy to make like a snowball. This is more icy and it's not so cold. It's just around freezing, so 0 Celsius and like 30 Fahrenheit. But this fresh air makes you feel very good.
You get a ton of people drifting down in the inner tube thing.
The theme town idea was created in the 1960s as the way for the old logging town to attract more visitors. And today the town even has its own Oktoberfest.
I guess A&W Root Beer Company had restaurants, and that was kind of their. They made it.
We put out an ad for our old mainsail in Genoa in a local buy and sell forum online, and we got both sold in a couple of days.
Good luck.
Only days after our mountain visit, the snow came to Seattle. Apparently, it was the most snow they've had in 5 years. And we heard people talking about a snowpocalypse, as the streets were empty and even the grocery stores were empty on food, which was something we had never seen before.
It's the first time we have snow on the decks since we left Sweden 3 years ago. It's a bit strange. I don't know how usual it is that they get snow in Seattle, but this seems to be settling. It's been snowing now for 24 hours, and it's if you look at the weather, it looks like it's going to be cold for another 3 or 4 days. So
The winter has come to Seattle. It's cold. It's below freezing and it started snowing yesterday afternoon and it's still snowing. So the heater is running. We have it not on maximum but on half. And we actually have a small electrical heater inside as well that's running. And it's not only cold and snowy, it's windy. It's been so windy this night. So windy that we actually woke up. It's coming from the north. So it's pulling the lines. The snow lasted for a bit over a week, but was quickly gone again. A lot of locals had told us about the newly constructed Nordic Museum in Ballard, which is a neighborhood with a lot of Scandinavian heritage.
So I'm eating mormons curry or mormons stearin. It's a dish with a variety of Nordic foods.
Lots of salad. There was a special exhibition about the Vikings, where they had borrowed items from a museum in Uppsala in Sweden.
We need some gear like this. New helmets.
Tolerance is strong and embedded in the fabric of every Nordic country.
The values are not something that you...
There's estimated to be almost 12 million people of Scandinavian ancestry in the United States today. That's over half of today's population of the Scandinavian countries. This is a good example to why it's called starboard port. Because of this oar they used to have on the boats back in the days for the steering. Sailboat in Swedish. Sailboat and bobbord. Or port in English.
Thanks for watching. Only 50% of you guys who watch are actually subscribing to our channel. We'd be so happy if the rest would subscribe too. That way we could reach out to so many more people with our videos. Thank you and hope to see you next week.